Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to MJC Sports YouTube channel. Max, how you doing
Yes,
tonight,
sir.
my brother?
Doing good. How about yourself? How was your day of football one?
Terrible. Absolutely
Why?
terrible.
What happened? Does this fantasy it didn't pick up or
No, fantasy's fine. I'm fine in fantasy. It's just we suck. Okay. We suck. It's another year of this shit. Pete Carroll was gonna fix everything, right, Max?
said
Right?
better vibes? I
Right?
didn't I didn't I
Oh
said he'd fix it
yeah.
for the next guy.
Yeah.
Culture.
I'm so
Already
glad
off track.
I'm so glad
Already
I
off
didn't go
track.
to that Washington game. So glad. Anyway.
Why would you go to that one?
Because one of my coworkers is a Commander fan, so I was thinking about going to that game. But
Those exist?
they exist. They exist.
Hmm.
Shout out to Justin if you're watching this because he does watch the show. Um, look, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that like button. Comment down below any thoughts, opinions that you guys have. Week 3 is officially in the books. We just got done watching the Giants and the
Well,
Chiefs Sunday Night
almost
Football.
done.
Um,
You know. We still got the Monday night game, right?
Yeah, we still
Still got
got the Monday night game, but we just got
is
finished
it a
with
is it a
with
double
Sunday.
header or it's just one? Yeah,
One.
yeah, yeah. We're done.
Just
Sunday's in the books. Oh,
yeah.
Lions Ravens. Yeah, it's gonna be a good
Yeah.
one.
So good game. We'll see if maybe we'll do a little episode if that's a really good game. Anyway, look, I think the only way to start this off is our usual theme of the week. Max, what is your theme of the week for week 3?
I think the special teams coaches are going to get a chewing out. So my theme of the week is all phases of the game, specifically the special teams part of the game. Special teams isn't just field goals one, it's punts. It's especially now with the new kickoff. If you go back and this is going to kind of go into the first game we talked about, the Eagles and Rams, and I told you I'm like, dude, we cannot catch a kickoff. We can't field the ball properly. This Rams kicker was just kicking knuckleballs at the Eagles, and then they were just dropping them. Every drive the first half started at the 10-yard line. Like, every time the ball dropped and hit the ground. Then we had to pick it up and scramble. It was horrible. And then we saw what? 6 blocked field goals today? 5 or 6?
Well, to
Like
top it all
4 within the
off,
span of 30 minutes?
yeah, to top it all off,
Like,
Max. I mean, just to piggyback off of you, because I completely agree. That's my theme of the week. Like it's special teams, and not only the block field goals, the punt returns. We had 2 punt returns today. We had a
mhm.
muff kickoff, like you said. We had numerous block kicks. Just all the way around, special teams was at a premium this Sunday, and you got to have good special teams, bro. Look at all those Patriot teams. Like you have to have good special teams, guys. And it matters. It absolutely matters.
Yeah. No, it absolutely does one. And this is something like going back to the Patriots dynasty, like you just said. It was like, you might beat them on defense, but you're not going to beat them on special teams. Like no one ever out special. Like they never muffed a punt in the wet. Like they always had the fumble on special teams. They always make, you never had a botched operation with the field goal kicker.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think I've ever seen an Eagle games where 2 field goals were blocked. I mean, but this is where football is so great where the guy who was ran over twice, he's the backup. He's not supposed to be out there. And it's like, you got to be ready. You have to be ready. Like, there is no contribution that small. And,
Yeah.
like, I guess we could just kind of, unless you have another theme, unless you want to go with it, we can go to the Eagles and Rams. I mean,
No, let's
the,
do it.
the
Let's go to the Eagles and the Rams. The Eagles
yeah.
proved to 3-0. Came all the way back in this game. Final score of 33-26. They beat the Rams. It came down to a last second field goal. Look, honestly, the big takeaway from this game was I feel like Matthew Stafford outplayed Jalen Hurts. I feel like the Rams outplayed the Rams. The Rams outplayed the Eagles to a certain point.
Yeah,
Uh,
no,
but
I'm with it.
I mean, it just came down to that block field goal. And I give the Eagles credit. I give the Eagles a lot of credit because I felt like they had a really big like championship DNA today. I text Max that like
You text me that, yeah.
they didn't blink. They didn't blink. They went down by a bunch of points. They're like, hey, look, we're a running team. We want to play a certain style, and it's kind of like kill you by a million. What do they do
Well,
that
you said
saying?
5,000 cuts.
Yeah, there you go. Like that's the Eagles' game plan going into Sundays. And today they're like, we got to air out the ball. Let's go ahead and give AJ Brown some touches. Let's get Devontae Smith involved, and they did that. Jalen Hurts played a really good second half. The defense played a really good second half, but great players make great plays. You just made a video about Jordan Davis, and he made an amazing play both times on both field goals, blocked 2 field goals, returned 1 to the house. This is why the Eagles are a great team. This is why the Eagles won the Super Bowl last year. It's just big time players make big time plays in the biggest moments. And you gotta tip your hat to the Eagles, man. They're 3-0 for a reason.
Well, I want to give my just stance on the Eagles, but before I do you have anything you want to add to the Rams? Because I would totally agree with you. I think they outplayed the Eagles, especially through 3 quarters. I mean, Eagles are down 26-9, basically at a halftime. We get the ball, we fumble, they scoop and score, or they scoop it up, they get a touchdown. It's 26-9 in the 3rd quarter. And then the Eagles kind of just put together a drive. There was life. It was stuff like that. But was there anything you'd want to add to the Rams? Because I agree, Matthew Stafford, I mean, just continued to play well. I thought it was a McVay masterclass. I thought the run defense was rough today. And it wasn't like the Eagles just get moved over the ball, right? It was like McVay saw something. McVay was like, hey, we can get him here. And this is something I think teams are going to try to look at to replicate, but sort of like the tush push, and I'm sure we'll talk about that later. Not every team can do what the Rams do, especially with the McVay run game. It's really unique, and I thought McVay did a great job today.
Yeah, McVay had a perfect game plan. And part of this is why me and Max are really big fans of Matthew Stafford. I feel like today he showed again why he's at least the bare minimum a top 10 quarterback. And I don't even think it should be a discussion. Like the throws that he was making, he had one bad mistake in the game, and it was literally that pick to Zach Bond.
The first drive, that was the first drive of the game.
The first drive of the game.
He didn't even play near his best. I thought Matthew Stafford still left some stuff on the field, but Kyron Williams, I mean, my boy Blake Corum, he showed up. Yeah. Devontae had a clean push off.
Puka.
I mean, it's a tough play to officiate. Maybe they should look at it more closely. Everybody, I'm sorry, I'm being an Eagles fan for a second, but no, even the Rams D line kicked butt. I mean, the Eagles lost Lane Johnson, so I'm gonna give my Eagles side of things. I'm still worried. I don't care we won this game. The offense looked rough for a half. We had 9 passing yards going into it. And again, I've never been a Jalen Hurts big supporter. I just want to glaze him. That's not me. I hated him. I was the last person to admit he was a good quarterback. I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts. I'm not worried about AJ Brown. Not worried about Devontae Smith. Not worried about Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert. It's the scheme. Teams understand it. We have a vanilla pass game. It's amongst the bottom of the league. It's so bad, it's making our run game bad because it's we'll just load the box. We don't care. What can you do? And then after we got that turnover, it was okay, we're going to just throw it to A.J. Brown. But even today, did you see anything systematically where you were oh, that was a nice play, Eagles? No. It's hey, A.J. Brown, you're better than Emmanuel Forbes. Just go line up there and win. Devontae Smith, they can't cover you. And I think that's going to be a thing when you move on to the Green Bay Packers, the good defense of the NFL, the Baltimore Ravens. You need to have some schematic things to kind of F them over. And I don't think the Eagles have that. So I am worried about the offense. I'm not worried about the defense nearly as much. I think they were the only reason we had this game.
Yeah.
And I will give credit to the team. They didn't quit. They didn't just lay down and take it. They started to fight back. So that part is good. But again, the OC, Kevin Patullo, your ass is still on the hot seat. It was a good second half of offense. There's no doubt. But it's still not anything to write home. It's not as good as last year.
Well, they had some moments. Don't get me wrong. Did they have some nice, schematic plays here and there? Yes. But this is why, you can't look at the stats. If you look at the stats, 21 for 32, Jalen Hurts, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
All in the second half. That's all in the second half.
All in the second half. But if you really watch closely, a lot of the plays that the Eagles were getting were mano a mano, my guy's better than you,
Yeah.
especially with AJ Brown. AJ Brown with the push offs, AJ Brown with just muscling the cornerback at will and just getting yards after the catch. Like, that's not schematically winning the game. And don't get me
No, that's
wrong,
having the Jimmies and the Joes.
yeah,
Yeah, that's having the dogs.
this is part of the Eagles, recipe. Like, they're a really good team talent wise, you know. But
Mhm.
when Max is saying that he's scared schematically, it's just like, how long is this gonna keep up? Because you can find
Let's
ways to
not
win.
forget,
They found a way to win today. It's like it was
the
really
year before
Chief
the
like.
Super Bowl, 2 years ago, what was it? It was just, "Hey, AJ Brown's better. Let's just throw him the ball." But then it's like, "Oh, crap, by week 10, everyone's figured this out." Like, "Hey,
Yeah.
dude, I'm already thinking next week we're gonna lose to Todd Bowles because Todd Bowles gives the Eagles fits." I'd be shocked. Tampa Bay is a really good team, so I'm worried about it. I'm just It's just not. I mean, is it progressing? Yeah, but based on the second half, the first half was beyond bad. It was 4-3. It was one touchdown drive. Then it was three and out, three and out, three and out, three and out. And it's like people want to clown Jalen Hurts not having 100 yards. Well, granted, the Rams defense is really good. I'm not a big fan of all their talent, but the way they're coached, the way they play is exceptional, right? Like Emmanuel Forbes played pretty well today. I know he got messed up by AJ Brown the second half, but it's like he doesn't have that much talent, but he plays better. Does that make sense, Juan? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like they don't have anyone outside the D line that's just like that guy's an all pro, but it's like, damn, that guy's really solid. Like he does his job, right? And I'm just worried about the Eagles. And then if you want to, I know we've been talking about it off the show. We can have our tush push discussion if you want to. I don't care. I'm
I mean,
over
look,
it.
the tush push, it is what it is. Like, they're not gonna, if they are gonna ban it, it's not gonna be this year. It's gonna be next year, guys. Okay, you guys are gonna have to deal with it. Offensive linemen false start like 60% of plays in the NFL. Sorry, that's just the facts of it. The Eagles are really good at it. It is what it is. They try to vote it out. They didn't get the votes to get it. Stop freaking crying over it. Not every team can do it. Okay, I'm
Well,
kind of
hold on.
over it.
What Juan means is, and this is something we're arguing with Joey, and I'm gonna get my Eagle fan take, and I'm not trying to be biased. Every team could theoretically run a version of the tush push, but can they run it as successful as the Eagles? I'm gonna go on the limb and say no. This is why I don't think the play should be banned. If every team was doing it on 4th and inches, 4th and 1-1, and like 4th and 1 just went up to 95% succession rate, I'd be like, all right, well, defenses have no chance anymore. And that would basically mean, hey, it's 4th and 1 from your own 10, like 10-yard line. Well, we got a 95% play. Let's do it. Right.
Well, I think a big part
But
of
it's
that,
not like that yet. Not every team can do that.
I would say this too, Max, just to, say how the NFL works. Look at the kickoff. The kickoff was what? I want to say it was like 25-30% of return kicks last year. They had to fix that because every team was like, why would we return a kick when we get the ball already at the 25-yard line?
Yeah.
There was no advantage to taking the ball out. So it's like,
Correct.
once you have some data where it's like Max is saying, if every team was doing it, and it's like, this is an issue because every team is just doing this play. But at the end of the day, like, yes, that's why you have bad teams and you have good teams. Then you have great teams. There's always that that difference in every single team. Like, it's just is what it is, bro. Like, the Eagles are really good at it. Not every team can run it.
I just Googled this. This is how long it took me. When one started talking, I Googled this. Carson Wentz, when he was on the Eagles and we didn't have the tush push, was 40 of 46 on QB sneaks. That's 97%. Or sorry, that's 87%. Excuse me. That's 87%. The tush push, we're at like 90% right now. And just so you guys know, because this play is so broken and so unstoppable, QB sneak and tush push conversion rate on 3rd and 4th and 1, right? So 3rd down and 4th down and 1 yard since 2022 1. The Packers are at 92% success rate. The Eagles are 90. The NFL average is 84%. Teams, I would bet 90% of the time on an NFL team like a decent offense on 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, it's going to pick it up. right?
Yeah.
It's not like the league's at 20%, the Eagles are at 90. Like, let's stop doing that. And hey, media, let's stop talking about it like this is the reason the Eagles win the game. Greg Olsen, I love Greg Olsen, but man, he just says some of the stupidest crap I heard today. It's like on third down, you have another second down. It's like, yeah, but you still got to get the yards, right? Like, hey, we had a bunch of third and fours during the first half, and guess what? One, we just incomplete pass, and now we can't, or we run for no yards. You still have to get to the 4th and 1 and 3rd and 1, right? Like, you still have to do it. You can't win a game just lining up and tush push and going, no matter what Joey thinks. This is just the reality. It's a great play. If every team adopted it and was like, people were getting hurt, I'd say let's ban it. Yeah. One team does it. Don't take away the one thing the team does. It's great. I would feel that way if it was the Raiders. I'd feel that way if it was the Niners. I'd feel that way if it was the Texans.
Yeah.
The NFL, it's like, let's take away Randy Moss. He's too big and too fast. No one else has him. Well, okay. That's a great thing to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Juan, can you dunk a basketball?
No.
Do you think you ever could? No offense.
No.
Okay, let's lower the rims because Juan can't dunk. It's like, that's why it's sports. That's why when you find the DK Metcalf and the Jamar Chase, it's like, oh, those guys are really freaky. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my passion. That's my pleasure.
Okay, let's move on from the Eagles and Rams. Let's go to the Packers and the Browns. The biggest upset of the day. Packers going into this 2-0, flying high. They were looking like the best team in football, looking like a juggernaut. And the Browns came in. It's funny because me and Max were texting each other, and we're like,
who are you talking about?
Well, okay, I heard a couple of podcasts, this week, and the growing consensus was that the Panthers were the worst team in the league. They were looking like the worst team in the league. And so I told Max, I said, man, the Panthers
this week, boys.
The Panthers really look like the worst team in the league. And then Max was like, Browns ? And I'm like, are you sure about that? Like,
my bad, guys. It's New Orleans Saints. You are the worst team of football through 3 weeks.
I don't even know if they are. I know they got beat down.
No.
Would you be surprised if they win the game next week? No, I wouldn't.
Who do they play?
I'm not sure who they play.
Someone just the Bills. Nope, they're going 0-4.
Hey, you would have said that about the Browns today. Let's talk about the Browns and the Packers, man. Because going into this game, no one gave them a chance. Everyone was picking the Packers to win.
One thing though, we gotta stop. We can't disrespect the Browns like they're a mess. Like, I know they're 1-2. They've been in every game.
Not
last week. No, but the Bengal game, they should have won that game. They should be 2-1 right now. The Browns are not a trash franchise.
I want to say this about the Browns, man. They have a really good defense. I don't even think it's a secret anymore. They got some ballers, man, and the game ball should go to the defense. That's who won them this game. They kept Jordan Love. They kept Jordan Love under 200 yards passing today. They only gave up 81 yards rushing total.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs had 16 carries for 30 yards.
Yeah.
And there were so many times in this game where I was like, oh, Packers are going to, slam the door. And they just kept making plays. Jordan Love, I think, had a huge mistake on that interception, right? That was a really bad mistake. And then, again, what happened on special teams?
Special teams.
Crazy.
I want to give a big shout out to a couple of names on their defense. Carson Schlesinger, linebacker, rookie out of UCLA. Me and Max had him in our top 5 linebackers going into the draft. He had an amazing game. He had 10 tackles, 7 solo. He had a sack in there. I felt like he was all over the field, Max. If there was a rookie of the week, I would give it to Carson. I think he had a huge day. Very impressive. Myles Garrett out there again, like Malik Collins, Greg Newsome, like Grant Delpit making some huge plays out there. Look, this Browns defense is legit. Even though they got beat down by the Ravens last week, if you watch a lot of that film, like the Ravens were struggling to run the ball on the Browns. That's the end all be all. Like it's gonna be hard to run on the Browns in general.
Dude,
I think that's a for sure thing.
their defense is just going to struggle because their offense can't get them anything.
Yeah.
It's like just it's like they'll just keep bending and then they're going to just break. If they had a
Eve
good offense, this could probably be the best defense in football,
saying
like
that
legitimately.
saying that, I think they found their running back. You know, he had a lot of legal issues, but Judkins looked pretty good today.
Yeah, we loved him. We
Yeah.
loved him coming out.
Yeah. So
I mean, I
I
feel who would have thought one through 2 weeks or 3 weeks, how do you say his name? Travion Henderson would be the guy in the doghouse and not Quinshon
oh
Judkins.
my
You know,
goodness. I know, right? That
I'm
was
just
so
saying.
bad. Does this make you look any different at the Packers?
No, I think it's a blip. I think it's a blip on the radar. They were really impressive through 2 weeks, and I think maybe they overlooked the Browns a little bit. And I mean, arguably, they should have won this game, the blocked field goal. But no, I think it's a blip. The Packers are still one of the premier teams. Who do they play next week? They play the Cowboys. Oh, that'll be fun. Cowboys are showing a lot of signs, guys, of life. So
Well, let's talk about
we'll
the
see.
Cowboys. Let's go to the Cowboys and the Bears. Look, I want to give a big shout out, man. A lot of people may think that I'm a huge like Caleb Williams like hater, because some of the clips that we put out. It just bothers
Wasn't
me.
wasn't he QB1?
Yeah,
Wasn't he our
he was my
QB1?
QB1. I still think the
Yeah.
guy has a lot of talent. I feel like he played his best game today. Caleb Williams played his best game as a pro. I know he had a couple of good games last year, like against Carolina and stuff, but I feel like this was a complete game. There wasn't a moment in the game where the offense looked rugged, the offense looked just out of sync, and it's just like, what happened? Like, why isn't this a full 60 minutes in a football game of just pure dominance, pure like, okay, we're going to put a drive together. Let's not throw an interception. Let's not go a whole half where it's just absolutely dry on offense. Ben Johnson was in his bag. He had a nice flea flicker today. This is why we love Ben Johnson. This is what made him famous in Detroit, was those trick plays, those trick up his sleeve. Like, the offense was humming today. Couple names to shout out. Roma Dunze had a huge day on offense. Luther Burden, a rookie out of Mizzou. Max was a huge fan of Luther. He had a big game for them today. I just feel like the recipe is there for the Bears. Part of it is the Cowboys. They are bad. Back-to-back weeks, they give up a lot of points to Russell Wilson, and now they're giving up a lot of points to Caleb Williams and the Bears. So it might be a Cowboy thing, but this is what you want from the Bears. You don't want them struggling, even if it's a bad defense. Go out there and dominate. You should dominate the Cowboys. You should be throwing 4 touchdowns. Caleb Williams against a secondary like this. This
Yeah.
is what I want to see. I'm not expecting 4 touchdowns every week, but hey, let's have a complete game. Let's add it. Let's just keep on adding to this resume. Let's keep on layering these bricks and improving every single week. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for even like to win every single week and have a winning season. I just want you to have some consistency, bro. Let's not have a quarter where you look like shit. And he played great today.
They didn't run the ball particularly effectively, which is pretty surprising, and he still looked great. Again, this game says a lot about Dallas's defense. I thought Dak Prescott played well. They lost CeeDee Lamb really early in the game, and it looks like he's going to be out for a while. It's going to be a rough year, man. Dallas, I'm sorry to say it, I don't think the writing's on the wall for anything good. I know week 1 was funky with, the Eagles and the delay. Week 2 was just an absolute shootout. It ain't going to get easier from here. You play the Packers next week, Micah's revenge game. The Packers are going to be alive for that game. They're going to be up. They're going to be focused. And I just don't think they got the ammunition on the team. The offense, I don't mind one. The offense is efficient. They can run the ball with Javonte. They have good pass catchers. Dak is still good. But Dak ain't the type of guy to, I don't want to make this all about Dak. I'm saying he's just not the type. He's not a Josh Allen, right? He's not just going to drag them through everything that they're going through. The defense is bad. I mean, Caleb got his lick back on Matt Eberflus. Chicago. I mean, Caleb, this was best Caleb look. Like you said, I don't have much to add on that front. I just think this is a sign of more things to come for Dallas, because the Packers could light their ass up even more than the Bears. And truly and honestly.
Yeah. I love how the Bears look. And then as far as the Cowboys go, this is why we were concerned about them going into the season. I know it was fun last week. You know, Brandon Aubrey had some great moments. I don't think Dak played all that well in particular. I know he didn't have CD Lamb, but I felt like he was pressing the issue a lot. I know his situation sucked. His defense was putting him in
Oh,
terrible situations.
that's what I mean. It's like he didn't play bad, but it's just not the way you want to play with Dak Prescott.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dak
Most
Prescott, if you
definitely.
depending on Dak Prescott to win you the game more weeks than not, he ain't going to do it, unfortunately. I would say the same thing. If you put the game on Jalen Hurts' right arm, I wouldn't love that either. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's just certain guys like that. One,
Well,
I
let's
want to go somewhere actually really quick with you. You talked about Caleb Williams having a great week. I
yeah.
want to talk about the first overall pick from the draft before, Bryce Young. Well, I don't know what he's doing to get ready for weeks 1 and 2, but you got to just change the routine, bro. Because they came out there day one and they kicked the living shit out of the Falcons.
Okay, as much as I want to give credit to Bryce, you know how big of a fan
I know
am
he's
of
not. It's
Bryce.
not just Bryce Young. I'm just saying, like the Panthers as a team. I don't know what the team is doing. Like, are they going to like Hong Kong and TJ or something? Like, what are they doing? Because this didn't look like the team we saw through 2 weeks. They blanked the Falcons.
Yeah. Look, I mean, in all honesty, though, I don't feel like they looked all that bad in the second half to the Cardinals. Like they came back on the Cardinals in the
They
second
came
half.
back. Yeah,
But the
Week
first half
one
was
rough.
terrible. I give you that. The first
Yeah.
half was absolutely, horrendous. But I'm convinced. I think this is more of a sign of why you can't trust Atlanta. A lot of people were on that Atlanta train last week. I'm in love with their rookies. I think they hit on like Billy Bowman, Xavier Watts, like James Pierce looks really good. But there's something about the Falcons in general, like especially the coaching staff. I've always been
It's
a
like,
little
but even with Arthur Smith, this was like going on. You know what
yes,
I mean? Like maybe
yes.
it's just like, or like maybe the like stadium's built on an old Indian like burial ground or something. Like they're just cursed. I don't know.
I mean, look,
I mean,
Michael Penix is a very
yeah,
young player. I still have faith in him, but he finally had like his rookie
yeah.
like
Welcome to the NFL.
welcome to the
Yeah,
NFL moment. He had his worst game as a pro. He had a really
he
bad
learned a valuable lesson. Him and Cam Ward both learned a very valuable
yes.
lesson about just throwing it to the check down and being like, no one's there. And then the guy's like, I got you. I mean, look, I would say this. Michael Penix is a little bit of a check down guy. Like he loves it, but it's, he takes what's there and I can't blame him for that. But I think we're going to see teams kind of jump that guy, for the Atlanta offense.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just an inexcusable loss if you're the Falcons. I hate to say that.
The way it happened
I know
too.
yeah. Like I could be like, damn, Carolina just came out like they're desperate, and they just like you just can't get your ass kicked. You can't get like just punked. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
100%.
that's where it's sad with Atlanta. That's just where it's sad with Atlanta.
And let's go to an NFC. Let's keep in the NFC South. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers won today, 29-27. I think Baker Mayfield is the first quarterback ever to start off the first 3 weeks of the season with 3 game-winning drives. Look, Baker has been playing great this year. There was a point where the offense went a little dry. The Jets had some weird things happen. They had a blocked field goal for a touchdown. And then they had like this weird drive with Alan Lazard scoring, and they wound up getting the assist replay. So like all of a sudden the Bucs were down, and
Yeah.
Baker had to go down the field.
Yeah. They took their foot off the gas.
Yeah.
For sure. And then they're like, oh, we'll just ice it with the field goal. And then Will McDonald, like Jesus Christ, looked like what'd you say? Looked like a cornerback.
Yes.
Just running down the field. Oh, by the way, Jordan Davis, 18.6 miles per hour.
Jeez.
On that run.
It's a big boy, man.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, Tampa Bay is tough. They're a sleeper. To me, I was going to text this. If you told me at the end of the year it's Tampa Bay versus the Rams in the NFC Championship game, I'd be like, I get it.
Well, they play each other next week, so
no, they don't. The Eagles play the Bucs.
No, that's what I'm saying. The Eagles and the Bucs. You said
no. I said the Rams and the Bucs. If the Rams and the Bucs play each other, I wouldn't be surprised because both teams look like the real deal. They really do. Like again, I know it's 3 weeks, but like I don't think the Tampa Bay Bucs are going to fall off a cliff.
Okay,
and I text you
the
during
one
the game.
thing that scares me. the one thing that scares me about the Bucs is they have a lot of injuries, Max. I know they beat the Jets
They
today, but
do.
like Mike Evans got banged up, Levante
Yeah.
David got banged up. They're already missing guys on the
Yeah.
offensive line. Like,
Well, Wirfs and Godwin are going to be back next week, from what I
I don't
believe,
think
and that's going
Godwin's
to be
going to be
huge.
much when he comes back. That's a big injury to come back from.
Well,
I don't
don't worry. Emeka Ibuka will be Emeka
exactly.
Ibuka's like, hey, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I text you this during the game. I'm like, why did we not like Bucky Irving?
Oh my god,
Why
I
did?
know. I
And
know.
like, you're gonna look at his stats and be like, well, he had 4 catches for 33 yards and 25 rushes for 66. He made some absolutely
Yes.
unfreaking believable plays. And I'm gonna say this: Rashad White. I love the way he's been playing this year. I know it was rough for him this week,
Yeah.
but both guys are just a great compliment to each other in the backfield.
They
And I'm
have
gonna say
their
this
own
for the
style.
Jets.
They have their
Absolutely.
they have their own style. I think the Bucks know who they are, and I think Baker embraces it. They really did like embrace Baker's like personality and like it's just a mirror image of him.
Dude, you know Baker was looking at that picture with him and his hand in the dirt, being like, "These MFers thought I was an edge. Like, they
Yeah.
thought I couldn't play quarterback." Think about this. Look, if you hate Bryce Young, just remember, you have Matt Corral, Sam Darnold, and Baker, and y'all chose Matt Corral. Okay?
Yeah. It
Just
wasn't
remember that.
it wasn't good. But
I
Baker
want to say one thing for the Jets really quick. They played their ass off today. I think that team is going to be fine in the long run. I know they're 0-3, but doesn't it look like Aaron Glenn got them playing the right way?
it's kind of like some mini Lions stuff, honestly. They're kind of reminding me
They
of
gotta
the
go through
Lions
their
when they went
licks and
0 and
shit.
10
Yeah.
that first year.
Heartbreaking loss, bro. Just
Yeah.
after heartbreaking losses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Jets are gonna. They had Tyrod Taylor today. They weren't gonna do nothing special. Uh, look, as far as Baker goes, though, um, he made one of the best like plays I have seen all year already. Like eluding out of the pocket. It was on like a 3rd and 9. Uh, that would have been the number one play until I saw Justin Herbert make probably the play of the
Are we
year.
going there?
We're
Are we
going there,
going
and
there?
I want to ask you this because you're the best person to ask this to. Are the Los
Oh
Angeles
God.
Chargers the best team in the AFC right now?
Oh, in the AFC?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I think here's what I think. Talent wise, no, they are not. But I think their coordinators are really special. Like Minter on defense, I'll be looking at their defense and I'm like, they don't got Khalil Mack. They don't have a number one corner really. They got Derwin James, who's special and awesome. They have Deion Henley, who's cool and awesome. But it's just like a bunch of good players, right? Like, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna look up the depth chart while you think about it.
No,
On the
I know.
Chargers
Yeah,
off,
it's
is it
scheme.
like a bunch of just like, wow, like it's not there's bad players, but it's not like, oh my God, they have Jalen Carter, they had Josh Sweat, they had Bryce Huff,
I
they
mean,
had
dude, they got Tony
Darius
Jefferson
Slay.
playing some like crucial snaps for them. like,
And Benjamin St. Juice looks awesome.
yeah,
Alohi Gilman's awesome. Bud Dupree has signs of life.
yeah.
Deshaun Hand came out of nowhere.
Mhm.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, they just play the right way, and they're just like, they just take away what the other team does well. Like, Denver had a chance to put this game out of hand for the Chargers.
Yeah.
But the defense just kept them in it. And then Justin Herbert, my God. Like, show anyone who questions Justin Herbert, go watch this play.
Yes.
And be like, well, why they give him $100 million? He hasn't won a game. Yeah, because it's a team sport, you dumbasses. Justin Herbert,
I'm gonna say this.
is on the MVP track right now for me. He's on the MVP track with the way he's playing.
Yeah, I think
one thing, he playing like that Mahomes, where it's like, I got to make the magic. I can't let the magic, like, I can't just throw it with my arms. I got to use my legs.
Yeah.
And that's what's evident this year, Juan.
I would say this: the Chargers find a way to lose this game last year. The Broncos were in it. I'm a little bit more worried about the Broncos, just in this sense. This is 2 weeks now that they have struggled against the run. Marion Hampton was struggling. I know the box score is not going to say it, like 19 carries for 70 yards. He had a touchdown, but it's just the feel for me. Like teams are able to run the ball when they need to against the Broncos.
I can't believe that's what you let off with. Say the other thing you kept saying, bro. Say the other thing about
What?
the Chargers offense you kept saying.
About this too. I was gonna get there. I was gonna get there. I
How'd
want
you
to
not
give an
lead off with this?
apology, and I feel like everyone else in the NFL community should give an apology to Quentin Johnston. I was, I wouldn't say I was low on Quentin Johnston coming out of the draft. I had him number 5 as my top 5 wide receiver prospects. I just wasn't the biggest fan. Max was a little bit bigger on him, just a little bit. And he's gotten made fun of. He's been a punching bag for a lot of people because of his hands. You see all the clips in training camp,
Hey.
Am I crazy?
It was rough. It was rough for a little bit.
It
Quentin,
was
right?
rough. But you know what? I think he's kind of emerging, and I think people are really not noticing it. Look, I know they got Lad McConkey, and they got a bunch of weapons. So, like, part of it is, like, him, like, eating off of that. I'm sorry. Patrick Surtain, to me, is the best cornerback in football, and he was giving him the business on some plays.
Look, I want to preface it. We know Surtain is a little banged up right now. He is a little banged up. But there is no one on this earth other than the most biased Charger fan in the world, wherever you are, who thought Quentin Johnson could be like have a better day than Surtain. He was winning. Like he was burning him deep and the ball just didn't get thrown. I'm like, what is happening? And I would never have thought Jim Harbaugh would be the coach to resurrect his career. I mean, it's not even to the point where like, yeah, he's serviceable. No, he's really good. Like I hate to say it.
Yeah, he looks.
I don't hate to say it.
He looks really good,
really
bro.
good. Yeah, I'm like, that's a really like he's making those catches in traffic. Like the guy can really run.
He's looking like UCF, like Quentin Johnston. He has this weird like it does look awkward to me when he plays. Like I don't think it's like one of those things where he's like technically sound with everything. Like he kind of just
but he's so athletic.
Yeah, he's so athletic. The athleticism like shoots out there, like when you watch him, and he's the number one option for Justin Herbert. I feel like Justin Herbert, if he's throwing it to him while Patrick Surtain is guarding him, that's some confidence in your guy. They got Lad McConkey and Keenan Allen.
From where we started off with Quentin Johnston, and I'd like to add one more thing on the Denver side. You said you're worried. I'm not that worried about them because they are like a ball hair away from just having so many big explosive plays. Bo Nix threw a ball today that was like an inch too far. You know what I mean? They're just not taking advantage of their opportunities. They should have won last week against the Colts. They should be 2-1 right now. They got to play a little catch up, but I'm not worried about the Broncos at all.
I just feel like their number one issue to me. I expected the defense to be a lot better, and I think the defense is kind of taking a mini step back from last year. As crazy as that sounds, they're still good. I just don't think they're taking that leap that we all expected with their defense. That's what scares me. I would agree. Their offense, I'm not too worried about it. I wouldn't. Look at the numbers.
They were giving the Chargers some effing fits today. And then Herbert was making magic. Yeah. They just haven't put like a whole game of it together, I guess would be what you're looking for.
Yeah. Like I want that dominant performance. And they held the Chargers. They held the Chargers to 23 points, but shout out to the Chargers. I don't think they're the best team in the AFC. I just want to say that. I think the Bills are, and second will probably be the Ravens. But would I be shocked if the Chargers are the number one seed in the AFC? No, they have some. They're going to be a problem. And Najee Harris just got hurt today.
Winning this, he's done. Sorry, R.I.P. Najee.
Yeah, he's done. And so Omarion Hampton's going to get a lot of the load. And I think Omarion got his confidence together this game. Like he scored a touchdown. He was getting the bulk of the carries. He was having some big chunk runs. I just think they're going to start to get that run game going. Because once they get that going, and the way that Justin Herbert is playing, they're going to be dangerous.
I would add this. The way their pass game has looked, it's going to open up the run game because we had question marks. And I was really low on the Chargers offense. I was like, I don't really think they're going to be able to throw the ball that well. And I still don't think they want to play the game where they just air it out every play, right? That's not who they are. They're a tough, like, run first team that sets up the pass in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just happen to have like a super talented quarterback. But dude, the Chargers starts the year is impressive. There's no doubt. To beat the Chiefs and Broncos in the first 3 weeks, that just buys you some leeway for the divisional stuff that's going to happen a little later in the season.
Yeah. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 undefeated teams right now in the NFL. We have talked about most of them. You know, the Bills are undefeated. Talked about the Eagles.
Yeah.
Talked about the Bucs. Talked about the Chargers. Now we got 2 teams in here that are very surprising. And where do you want to hit it first? We got one in the NFC and one in the AFC. We got the Colts and the 49ers, Max. Which of these teams are you more confident in their 3-0 start? And we'll start off there. Because they're the most surprising.
I'd go the 49ers. I'm more confident in.
All right, let's go to the 49ers then. They win today. They get the dub against the Cardinals with a great screenplay by Kyle Shanahan, Christian McCaffrey. Hell of a play call. They get down there, they kick the field goal, and they win the game without Jake Moody. Shout out to Jake Moody, just over here getting released, and they're good with Eddie Pinheiro. But they win with Mac Jones a second week in a row, Max. And they're staying afloat.
They lost
because
Nick Bosa in the early part of this game.
Yeah. And I would say this. I know it was an ugly win, but all that matters, bro, is that you're stacking up these wins. And when you're in a situation like them where you lost your quarterback, you lost your star tight end, you get them whenever you can. I don't care how it looks. As much as I don't.
That's why I think I buy it a little more than the Colts. Well, right now I think the Colts are playing better, but it's like you don't have your backup quarterback in. You're not missing your star tight end. You don't just lose your edge rusher. Your O-line's not banged up. Look, this was like kind of an inexcusable loss for me for the Cardinals. They had the game in hand. They just didn't want to grab it. And this is like, oh, another typical bullshit with the Cardinals, right? It's like, well, why do I ever have faith in you? Would be my thing with the Cardinals. I'm disappointed. James Conner got hurt today, which was really bad to see for them. But something's going on with Marvin Harrison and Kyler. You know, Marvin Harrison just hasn't looked right since he got to the NFL, minus that 1/2 against the Rams. But Arizona, you're 2-1, and I know that's a great start to the year, but you should be 3-0. You can't lose this game to Mac Jones, who's getting a safety and like with 3 minutes to go, and you let him walk you downfield. Like, come on. I mean, it's bad. It's a bad performance.
It is. And I just want to congratulate the 49ers because I thought it was a gritty win. They got the job done. And on the Cardinal side, I would agree with you, Max. Like Marvin Harrison, like dropped a wide open pass today where it's just like that kind of stuff. That's a mental thing. Like Marvin Harrison catches that 9 times out of 10. And, you know, we said that something was fishy about them. About the Cardinals. We're like, yeah, they're 2-0, but they were kind of letting the Saints hang around in that game. They barely won that game.
They almost blew it to the Panthers.
And they almost blew it to the Panthers in the second half. So it was like, if we were doing our pick'ems, I'm pretty confident me and you would have both went 49ers in this game because how fake and fraudulent the Cardinals looked. And so I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all. This is who the Cardinals have been. This is why I don't trust them. It's like the Kyler Murray thing, bro. When you need him the most, he's just nowhere to be found. Maybe next week when we're counting him out and he's I don't know who they play. You can look that up, Max, because they probably play someone where
Cardinals?
who the Cardinals play next week.
Seahawks.
I can see him beating the Seahawks. I easily can. That's a team where Kyler will go out there. He's going to throw for 2 touchdowns, run one in. Marvin will probably have a good game, and it's like, oh my God, the Cardinals, they're 3-1. Watch out for the Cardinals.
Yeah,
but then they do a dud like this. I can't trust them, man.
No, and it is a dud. It's not. Let's not call it not a dud. It is absolutely a dud.
Yeah,
you should not have lost this game. I just want to say one thing, and I know I'm going to be a Niner hater when I say it. Mac Jones has played pretty well. His numbers look statistically very similar to Brock Purdy's. That's my little take. I'm not saying anything else. I'm not saying he's better. I'm just saying weird. Is that not strange? The first round bust who sucks and is crap in the Niners system is putting up similar numbers, and the supporting cast isn't even there. I don't know, Juan. What do you think anything about? Would you like to add anything to that?
No, I would just say this: Kyle Shanahan is a mastermind, man.
Ricky Pearsall,
His quarterback,
looking really good.
yeah, Ricky Pearsall looked really good. He's having a big second year. Really liking the plays that he's making out there. Shout out to the Niners, man. They're 3-0. They're getting the job done, and I can't wait to see how that NFC West matches up because the Rams are over here. They're playing their best ball. I can't wait to see them against the Niners. And then you got the Seahawks today. They beat the crap out of the Saints, man. That game was over within the first 5 minutes of it, 44-13. Like, it's going to be very interesting to see how that NFC West matches up. The Raiders today got their ass kicked. The Commanders, what else is new? The Raiders get their ass kicked with a backup quarterback. The Raiders are not ready.
Hey, revenge game.
Yeah, revenge game for Marcus Mariota. But the same old shit, man. Same old shit. The Raiders, there's nothing new to me that happens with the Raiders. They're just, their offensive line is bad. My main thing is this. I want to ask you this. I know how you feel about the Raiders. What do you think about Ashton Genty? He's been struggling.
I feel I texted you just today. I'm like, how's Saquon on the Giants looking? He's like, yeah. I've seen some plays where he gets into space and he runs somebody over. I just think it's kind of hard to evaluate him because it's like, does he ever have tell me when you've watched every game? I've only watched bits and pieces of. I've watched one full game and bits and pieces of another. Is there a lot of room for him to run?
It's not. I think you put it, explaining it the best. Like, this is Saquon.
I would say
this is Saquon Giants.
It's a little worrisome because even with Saquon the Giants, you'd see he'd catch a swing pass, right? He'd make 3 people miss and get a 20-yard gain. Haven't seen that yet from Genty. You've seen a couple.
That's the thing that's weird is that they're trying to do
I
this.
think it's weird how we're not. Yeah, that's stupid. Unless they're like, oh, we're just gonna suck this year. We don't want to burn him out. But it's like you just draft the kid. What is the point? You don't even know if he's good.
Like, I feel like that's like a psyche thing for him too. Like, he already came out in the presser and complained about it. He was like, dude, this team drafted me to make plays. And so I want to be on the field. And to me, it's just weird to see that Zamir White and Dylan Lobby are getting the snaps on third down. It's like, what, can he not catch? What, his pass pro is bad? It can't be as bad as the freaking offensive lineman out there. And it makes no sense on just how some of these coaches deal with some of these rookies. I want to transition this into Travion Henderson and the Patriots. The Patriots lose today to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I felt like it took them until they had 3 fumbles combined with Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson until they play the rookie in Travion Henderson, the most explosive player, arguably, on the New England Patriots.
The Ramondre Stevenson cost the Patriots a win today, in my estimation. They truly did. The fumbling was bad. The only game with worse was the Cincinnati Bengals, which we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, it's like, did Travion Henderson, to quote one, screw Mike Vrabel's wife or Josh McDaniels' wife?
Bro.
What could he have done? That was and I get he's missed a few pass pro assignments, but still, bro, he's a running back. You can have him out there and give him a route. You know what I mean? I just don't get it.
Sometimes I don't get the management with these rookies, don't throw them out there or whatever. I feel like running backs is one of those positions where just let them play. This is not quarterback. You're not going to go out there and throw picks. Let them get some explosive runs, especially when you're the Patriots and it's not like you're just offensive centric and you just have weapons all over the place. The kid is your most explosive player. The same thing goes for the Raiders. Can't really say that now with Trey Tucker having 3 touchdowns, which is crazy in itself. But Ashton Genty is the most.
Wow. Shout out to Brock Bowers one.
I know. Shout out to Brock. But I feel like Ashton Genty is probably the most explosive
the best back
guy
by a mile.
Yeah.
On your team, and he's just not even getting the chance. I agree. I agree.
So it makes weird sense. What do you think of the Steelers? 21-14. Rodgers
You should have
managed the
lost this
game.
game. Yeah, Rodgers looked fine. Steelers are kind of worrisome. Look, they had some timely fumbles by the Patriots, but I'm worried about the Steelers. I don't like what I've seen, and the Patriots. It's kind of sucks that you're 1-2 and you should be 2-1 because you should have won this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a bad performance, and I'm not worried about them. I know Vrabel will get the ship steered. I think it's going to be a little bit rough of a first year.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and glance over some other things. Chiefs wind up winning today. They beat the Giants. The Giants are not ready. The Giants are not a good team. The Chiefs still have issues. They don't have any weapons. I'm still not confident in them. It's the struggle bus for them.
Skip all that. Skip all that. The body language, the Kelsey railing at Reed stuff in week 3 of the season to the Giants is worrisome. It's like there's like a disconnect. There, and I will say this. I think the Super Bowl was a little bit different because like you're in the Super Bowl, you're like emotions are at an all-time high. This is like the Chiefs know they're in a tough spot. Like the Chiefs know like we don't have a lot of wiggle room to lose. Like the Giants were hanging around. The Giants were tied in this game. It was the Giants, if they make a few different plays, could have won this game.
Yeah.
But they're just not ready, like you said. Another team won really quick that's not ready is the Houston Texans. I think they have no O-line. Will Anderson's banged up. Jacksonville, more of the same shit, just looking rough. You said it. You were like, AFC South game of the year, 3 missed kicks, a fumble, injury.
No one wanted this game. No one wanted to win.
All that we needed was like a lightning storm to slow the game down for an hour. That was all that was missing.
In my opinion, nobody wanted to win this game. The Jags winded up pulling it out. I don't know what's going on with Brian Thomas. This is the second week or third week already that he's having these drops. And to be honest, their whole team got the dropsies. Parker Washington had some drops. Brian Thomas had some drops. Like their best receiver right now is Brenton Strange. And to be honest, man, the fact that their offense is struggling this much at times, I think they need to make a major switch with Travis Hunter and get him some more snaps on offense and lessen that load on defense because their defense is really good. I'm confident in saying that. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars have a really good defense. Jordan Lewis is playing really good. Your boy Trayvon Walker.
What's going on?
I think they played really good today. They had one mess up. They literally had a broken coverage with Nico Collins. That was their one mistake.
No, I meant on offense. I just don't know what's going on. I kind of need to see a little more. I know the Texans defense is good. Like that's not up for debate. They have a good defense, even with Stingley being banged up. Dude, I think Stroud
they don't have it.
I know Stroud is struggling. Yeah, like it's so bad. It's not. It's like the Giants from a couple years ago, but they're not ready. Cincinnati. How many fumbles did they have one this week? 110?
Oh my goodness. Look, anyone that picked up Jake Browning this week, including myself, I didn't start him because I knew better. But I mean, Brian Flores made a joke of him.
5
today.
Fumbles. They fumbled like 4 times before the first half, like before the first half. And then he threw a pick 6 to Isaiah Rodgers. Carson Wentz. Love you.
Take a victory lap.
QB1.
Yeah, Jordan Mason looked good today. Look, I'm going to say this. The Bengals, this is going to be their story. They lost Joe Burrow. I know they have a bunch of weapons still. Like I still like Chase Brown. Obviously, Jamar Chase is there. But their season is essentially over. I don't think they're going to stay above float.
I don't want to go that far.
Come on, bro.
I don't want to go that far.
Really?
I don't want to go that far. I just think this. It's going to be pretty tough to win some games when you have 5 fumbles. I think that's pretty tough. I think they could kind of tread water. I think they could tread water.
Dude, Joe Burrow's out for 3 months. Minimum.
We don't know that. We
do know that.
Bullshit.
That's what they're saying that.
Bullcrap. Terrell Suggs tore his Achilles and came back in 5 months. Bullshit. Bullcrap. I'll believe it when I see it with him. If they're in the hunt, he'll come back early. I don't know if it's a smart decision. I'm just saying let's not write off the Bengals yet. This was just a really bad week. Like it wasn't even Jake Browning. It wasn't like Jake Browning threw 6 picks. Like
Yeah, as a
no, they
whole, they
fumbled the
got beat
ball.
down. As a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many more games do we have?
I think
just
that's
the
it.
Colts?
That's it. Just the Colts game. We talked a little bit about the Colts, so they're 3-0. Do you believe this, Indiana Jones?
I do. I think I believe it because they're really talented on both sides of the ball. And James Steichen, I've thought, is a good coach for the whole time he's been there, just because he hasn't had a quarterback. So I believe it. I do believe it. At Tennessee, don't say anything about Tennessee because I have a short discussion for you when you're done with the Colts.
I still need to see more from the Colts, honestly.
Colts schedule who
they
play
can
the Rams
easily,
next week.
That's a great test.
Rams, Raider, Cardinals. Wow.
Yeah, that's a great
the
test.
Raiders coming to town.
Yeah,
you're going to that.
I'm going to that. I'm going to be at that game.
Yeah.
They'll probably beat the Raiders.
Thanks
They're better than the Raiders. But I'm going to love to see them against the Rams, especially a hungry Rams team that just lost in crazy fashion. So it's going to be a good measuring stick game for the Colts. They have a recipe right now. You know, their offensive line is really good. Jonathan Taylor is he's back. He is healthy this year.
Yeah.
He is healthy this year.
Exceptional.
Congratulations to anyone who drafted him in fantasy. But Jonathan Taylor looks ready to go, man. And Daniel Jones is just doing what he needs to do. You know, he's making the plays when he needs to. Michael Pittman, Tyler Warren, they have a good run game, and their defense is playing well. But the Titans are just not a good team. They're not coached well. Cam Ward.
That's a very good point on what you just said. That is a very good point. Sorry, continue.
No, yeah, they're not coached well. Cam Ward is fine. I feel like Cam Ward had a rookie mistake today. Yeah, he threw a check down and he got pick 6 in the beginning of the game.
By who?
By your boy, Kenny Moore.
Oh,
lightning in a bottle. That's still alive.
But hold on. I'm going to stop you. I want to stop you.
Go ahead.
Because this is going to lead into our conversation. I want to talk this out with you. We're 3 weeks through the season. It's awfully early. I'm going to give you a list of names, and I think we should talk this out. First coach fired. In contention, we have, I'm going to give you the names first. Brian Daboll, 0-3. Kellen Moore, 0-3. Mike McDaniels, 0-3. Raheem Morris, 1-2. Brian Callahan, 0-3. And surprise, D'Amico Ryans, 0-3.
Brian, the Cowboys are not 0-3. They're 1-2, right?
Yeah, 1-2.
Okay, because you said Brian
Callahan. They beat the Giants.
Oh, okay. Brian Callahan for Titans.
Oh, no. I didn't even include him because he'll make it through the year. Jerry Jones is not going to fire. No, he didn't fire Mike McCarthy. He ain't going to fire him.
Okay. Mike McDaniels. He's first on my list. I think Mike McDaniels is going to be the first one fired. I think they need to clean out the building. Second of all, it should be Brian Callahan. What's going to suck, it has to happen. He's not going to be the first quarterback to deal with this, but it's going to stunt Cam Ward's development. Okay? It's stunting it right now, but the kid is going to go through the situation where his head coach is incompetent. He's going to have to get a new OC. He's going to have to get a new head coach.
Okay.
It's going to happen. Brian Callahan is incompetent. I was saying it last week. The coaching of the Titans is just piss poor. It really is. It's just not good. Cam Ward is fine. Don't blame this on Cam Ward. He's a rookie. Brian Callahan needs to go, Max. He needs to go.
Hold on. You said number one, you think it'll be Mike McDaniels.
Yes.
Just because you think he's lost the locker room and the
Yeah.
team is just in shambles. I would like to add, Chris Greer can join him in the unemployment line.
Yes.
He should. Number two, you said Brian Callahan.
Yes.
Okay. Who do you want to hit? So, okay, without those two names, you have left Daboll, Kellen Moore, Raheem Morris, D'Amico Ryans.
D'Amico will be fine. Kellen Moore will be fine because the Saints suck and they know that. It's going
But
to be a
but here's what I
process.
would say. You think that, but we've seen it like we're like good coaches sometimes, you hear like, oh, because maybe D'Amico said something to the GM and he didn't like that, right? And next thing you know, like his ass is out the door and we're like, oh, they just fired a good coach. We see it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm just saying, like, that's why I put him on here, because we've seen it happen.
It is a
I
weird
would say
situation with the
I would honestly
Texans.
put Raheem Morris. I'd put Raheem Morris 3, even before Dayball.
Yeah. Things are ugly with the Giants though, man. I'm telling you, that quarterback situation is just
I
it's
know, but
terrible.
here's the one thing about the Giants. They haven't looked like a true mess other than week 1, because, like, they looked good week 2. Like, even against the Chiefs, though, they didn't just get, like, crapped on, right? Like, they were keeping it close. It was like, it wasn't just like, oh, 50-point blowout, 40-point blowout, like, players are
Yeah.
quitting. That'd be my thing. I would put Raheem Morris next, then I'd put Brian Daboll, and then I would put D'Amico Ryans,
Yeah.
and then Kellen Moore. I mean, look, I would say this about Kellen Moore. You can't get your ass beat this many times. I don't care if it's your first year. You can't look like this many more weeks, and you can expect to keep your job. They're not that bad. Where it's like remember when Brian Flores did that thing with the Dolphins, and it was like, oh yeah, well this roster is genuinely like awful.
Yeah.
The Saints still have some decent talent on that roster.
I think it's gonna happen. They're tanking for Archie Manning. I think the writing's on the wall. I think the Loomis family wants Archie Manning. They got Manning ties. I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to put the least talented team out there in the tanking wise. I know it doesn't happen often with football. I know the guys are out there. It's hard to do that in a football sense because guys have way too much pride. But I do think there's a main goal with the Saints as far as like when it starts getting ugly, it's called the dogs. It's called.
I would say this: they drafted Tyler Shuck pretty early to not even like. No offense, Spencer Rattler, but like you haven't played good enough to where you just won this job. You know what I mean?
But it's
Like,
everything. Like their special team sucks.
Oh yeah,
The offense.
sucks.
Yeah, the defense sucks. The offense can't get anything going because of the quarterback. So it's just a tough situation. Kellen Moore knew what he was getting into. We all knew that the Saints were not going to be that good. They're going to at least give him a year of grace as far as losing these games.
I'm sure when they hired him, they're like, hey, you got a year. Like, this is
plus they're in cap hell.
We know either.
This is a process.
Yeah. I think they're almost done though.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Anything else, Max? I think that's it for week 3.
Who do you have tomorrow? That's it. Final thought.
I think the Lions are going to grit it out.
I got Baltimore. I think Baltimore's a bad matchup for the Lions.
Yeah, maybe. But I think the Lions are going to surprise some people, especially because the explosiveness that they have with Gibbs and St. Brown. I think they got a couple of matchups that I like. I like the Lions. Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup. We'll see. But that's going to do it for now, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video. Comment down below any thoughts, opinions that you guys have. And if you guys love NFL content, go ahead and check out some of our other content, some of our other videos. Max just made a video on Jordan Davis. We do film breakdowns. I just made a video of the top 10 most impressive rookies through 2 weeks. So we have a bunch of different topics and videos out there for you guys. Go ahead and check them out. Regardless, we appreciate you guys. Max, any last words?
No, we appreciate you guys. We make videos pretty much for everybody. If you guys ever have a good video idea, shoot it to us. We'll do it. Why not?
Most definitely. All right. Till next time, we out. Peace.
Everything ain't what it seems. Glittering gold, both ways. Not on my team. This organic, we don't buy